collective gang. What it do, you guys? What up, beautiful souls? It's your girl, Empress 777 here today with a general message from my beautiful collective. What's up, y'all? How are you doing? Hope you guys are doing super fantastic. I most certainly am. Holy angels and spirit guides, come through. Give us exactly what we need to know in addition to what's already come out for my beautiful collective gang. It's going to be for absolutely any zodiac sign, guys, okay? Put your zodiac signs down below in the comments. I like to see that. Okay, I like to see the little roll call. That's the roll call down there, y'all. Okay, don't force anything to fit. Again, these messages are general. Place yourself where you belong in the storyline. Take what resonates, leave the rest. That's how my readings work. They are also fluid and timeless. Okay, so try to keep an open mind when it comes to my tarot specifically. Okay, click that like button. Everybody do it, right? It helps with the engagement, and it's one of the easiest ways to energetically donate to the channel, okay? And if you have not made it official, what are we doing? What are we doing? I like commitment, okay? Go ahead and click that subscribe button. We are on the path to 20K. We're moving pretty fast there, and I'm really excited about the community that we've built thus far. We would love to continue growing, and if you want to be a part of that, if you want to add to the flavor, to the sauce, click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, now, everybody shoot me a little comment down below, a little hey girl, hey, your zodiac signs, all the good things. So, you guys, you know, I'm hearing a phrase, okay? And the phrase goes a little something like this: change is inevitable. Okay, that's all they want me to say. They want me to put that kind of out there. That is the overall arching theme of the energies showing up here today. Somebody might be a little bit pissed off with you. Someone may be a little bit perturbed. I see a little bit of anger. I see a little bit of envy. I see a little bit of jealousy. I see somebody who's extremely bothered because of the changes that you're making. You could be making physical changes to yourself. You could be making physical changes or energy changes, right? Energetic changes in your life, aura changes. I see you leveling up in many of different ways, but there's one way in particular that's really piquing this person's interest, and it's really got their attention, their undivided attention, because it is going to directly affect the access that they have to you or how you may start to handle them. So they want me to go over all of the cards before I start running my mouth, because y'all know how I do. Okay, so very first card out, guys. Very first card out, which now makes total sense to me. So what happens is when I cleanse the energy and I do a pre-shuffle, I cleanse the cards, I do a shuffle to kind of cleanse the cards, right? Get a clean slate going. Sometimes I get jumpers. I got a lot of jumpers out of this deck in particular, the Kipper deck. And the jumpers normally signify something that's going to happen within the reading, but I don't necessarily hear the storyline until I'm here with you guys, right? Till we're all here together energetically. So I couldn't understand why this, right? Of course, we know that this could be this is a common theme, right? Where people don't really like change, especially if you find yourself to be a fixed sign, or your person may be a fixed sign. So that is Aquarius, that's Leo, that's Taurus, that's Scorpio, right? Fixed energy. It's not that you don't want change, it's that the changes need to make sense to you. And when you have two different parties, the changes that another person is making might not make sense to you. And it doesn't really necessarily have to, right? I'm sorry. Talking to your person, especially whoever's having difficulty with this shift, with this change. This is a fated change. Whoever's changing in this relationship, whoever has made the changes, whoever has made this, it is a glow up in a sense, guys. It's a leveling up. It's evolution. It's evolving. You're dealing with somebody who's very much so stagnant. They're not moving. They're not maturing. They're not growing, right? Like you're outgrowing this person so rapidly that they can't help but to notice the changes, and they don't fucking like it. That's what the issue is. That is the overarching issue of the entire reading. And that it makes sense to me now because of that phrase that I heard. Change is inevitable. It's going to happen for everyone. If you're not changing, if you're not growing, then you're dying, bitch. That's it, right? Life lies within the growth. It lies within evolution. It lies within learning. It lies within, change, awakenings, transformations. That is where life exists. If you're not doing any of that, then you're dying. And I feel like because this is somebody who is very stagnant, whoever this person is in your life, you may have already noticed that they have not changed since you met them. They may not have changed even before you met them, right? Like they've been the same since they were a teenager. I don't give a fuck how old they are. This person doesn't like to change, because if they find something that works for them, especially if it benefits them on more of an unbalanced scale, okay? This is about disharmony, right? Somebody being able to get more out of a situation, whether that's a job, a relationship, a person, then they don't want to change that. And I feel like this has become a habit of this person. I'm not saying that they got more out of you, but that seems to be a theme within this person's energy. I have to be honest about that, right? Whatever they did feel like they were getting from you, or whatever they thought they were going to get, right? Because for some of you, this never even happened. The change happened so swiftly. This person feels like they should have kept their head on a swivel. They feel like they are being bamboozled. They feel like they're being hoodwinked. They feel like you are, judging them in some sense of the word, because you are outgrowing them. So we have change in the reverse. Here I go running my mouth, but I have to, the downloads are being thrown at me like left and right. I'm trying to like catch them while I can. Gotta catch them all. Okay. We then have mature woman. Gender doesn't matter, right? This is about maturity. This is about growth. If you classify yourself as a woman, then this would be you showing up. If you classify yourself as male, then this is what you should be dealing with. This is what you should be aligning yourself with. Somebody who's mature, somebody who's on your level, somebody who's going where you're going, somebody whose trajectory looks similar, the same, or complements where you're going. Okay, so that's the type of time that you're on. We have freak show. Okay. This is a little bit shocking for this person, because I feel like, you know, whatever attraction you did have for them is now changing because of the changes that you see or are feeling within yourself. On this side, we have thief in the reverse. So we do have somebody who had ulterior motives. We have somebody who had a plan for you. Okay. And I'll get to what I think that might be in a moment. We have wealthy man in the reverse. Again, gender doesn't matter, right? This is about stealing resources. This is about stealing somebody's time. This is about stealing someone's heart, stealing someone's energy. You know what I'm saying? Trickery is how I see thief next to wealthy man. So there's definitely some kind of resource or something that this person was getting out of you that was extremely beneficial, and they did not want it to change. But as fate would have it, the way that you are growing, the way that you're evolving, the way that you're maturing and outgrowing this shit, there's no way that you would not have been able to see how this person was either using you or how this would never fucking work, right? Because for some of you, you don't see this lower vibrational manipulation just yet. Okay, I get this person showing their face. I get this showing up. I get you being, something is about to happen. Okay, where it's going to become very clear to you, right? This person's intentions all along, but I feel like they did a good job of hiding it since it's now still in the reverse, right? But either way it goes, I feel as though you started shifting and moving, right? You are protected. Okay, so I hear that there's a protective barrier around you. This could be ancestors that you've never met, but you may feel some kind of connection to your lineage, right? People who were here before you. Maybe you have gifts that nobody else in your family right now, right, in this lifetime, have tapped into, but you've gotten that gift from somebody down your ancestral lineage, okay? For others of you, this could be somebody that has passed on that you have met in this lifetime. There is a protective barrier around you, okay? And they're specifically pointing out an ancestor or somebody who has passed on, somebody that you cared about. So I'm seeing like a parent, a grandma, a grandfather. For some of you, it could be a friendship that was like family. There's somebody who is no longer here with us in the 3D. They have passed on, but they are protecting you. You either have met them or you haven't. Okay, so don't dig too deep into that. Just know that your movement is fated, right? Like the way that you're outgrowing this person, this is how it's supposed to go. They're actually protecting you from a heartbreak. They're protecting you from what this person has up their sleeve here, I see on the side. Now, for some of you, this person may have never intended to go this route because you were kind of giving them, don't beat me up in them comments. That's what I heard. You were kind of leaning into what it is that they wanted, okay, in this relationship, okay, and they kind of thought that they didn't have to do that, but it's sort of like you don't know how deep this character goes, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, you don't get how how deep this character of theirs goes, right? If they get their way, they're cool. If they don't get their way, they turn into this shit, right? Very dark energy on this side, I have to be honest. With wealthy man here, let's just say wealthy man or woman, because gender doesn't matter, right? There's something that this person always, they like to be on the receiving end. They do look for transactional relationships, right? So as long as their bank is full, whatever this resource is, they're considering it a bank, right? As long as it's full, they don't care if you're insufficient. They don't care if all your checks bounce, bitch. They don't give a fuck, right? Like, they don't care if you are depleted, if you're in the negative, if you're in the red, however you phrase it, they don't care. As long as their bank is full, they're cool. But as soon as they start to see some minor inconvenience, as soon as they start to see some unusual shit going on in a person's energy, or they're told no, this could be the type of person you tell them yes all the time. The first time you motherfucking say no, baby, you getting the Tasmanian devil, bitch, okay? Or just the devil, just the plain old devil, bitch, okay? You're getting a problem. It's a problem. As if you never said yes. So that can lean into some of the energies that you might find yourself kind of being nudged towards choosing yourself. Okay, being a little bit more selfish. Seeing the benefit of selfishness, right? Rephrasing. Okay, they're giving me like a particular phrase, and somebody needs to hear this. If it's not for you, it's not for you. We'll move on in a minute. But they're kind of putting a spotlight on this theme here, where it's like, I don't know if this is what you were taught. I don't know if this is something that you have just, has been passed on in your family. If this is something that is really stressed as the right thing to do. But for some of you, the word selfish, it has a negative connotation. You view it as something negative, as something that you should not lean into. You should always be selfless, so that when you're selfless, that does place you in a position to always be the motherfucking bank. Okay. Not just in romantic relationships, in all relationships. That means that when you look at selfishness as negative and you look at selflessness as the only way to be, the thing that's going to get you where you need to go, then that places you in a position to always be the giver, or to be open to people continuously making withdrawals from your motherfucking bank. They're needing you to change that. That's also why this wealthy man is in the reverse. You need to close up shop. We're not just talking money, even though for some of you it is money. Okay, you might be the one who is the most self-sufficient in your friend group, in your family group, in your relationship. You might be the breadwinner, right? But that doesn't mean that everything that is yours is for the taking, bitch. Fuck that shit. Okay? We got to do away with that quick, fast, and in a hurry. That I do feel like that is a part of your growth here. That's a part of maturing, is understanding that there is both positive and negative in everything in this world, right? Everything. Even in spirituality, in energy, there's positive and negative, right? So yes, selfishness does have a negative connotation when it's done in excess, right? Anything that's done in excess can lean more towards the negative aspects of that thing, of said thing, right? But then when you go towards the whole other end of the spectrum, where it's like, I'm not going to be selfish at all, then you find yourself being depleted. You find yourself, being insufficient. Allowing people to make way too many withdrawals without making any deposits is unhealthy. And I feel like you're learning this before this person can come in and take it all, because this is somebody who is a taker. This person likes to take a lot. And okay, so they want me to not lose my train of thought here. When we're talking about banks and stuff, people normally think money, but this is just an analogy. So I need you to understand that whatever this resource is, whatever this currency is, it could be a number of things, right? It is something that is extremely valuable. It's something that people are always coming to you for. It could be advice. It could be your time. It could be your energy. It could be money, right? It could be your body. It could be, it could be a number of things, guys, right? Your help, right? You figuring out their situation, your solution-based thinking. Okay. It could be a number of things, and it could be all of those things, bitch. But if you're just always on the end of giving and never receiving, that is problematic. And for that to come out now, that explains why this person hasn't been cutting up for real. You haven't really seen this person's true colors. I don't care how long you've known them. I don't care if the two of you were married. It's like you never had to see this dark energy of this person because of your perspective on selflessness and selfishness. It was something that the way you viewed those two things was beneficial to this person. They had no reason to show up like that. But that is shifting, okay? A change has come. A change is on the horizon. And I need you to protect yourself because the next card definitely gives me a little bit of pause, right? It's a little bit alarming. We have distant horizons, okay? I do see this person culminating some kind of a plan, right? There's a ship here, so that means movement. This person definitely coming towards you. This is not somebody who's going to go away with their tail tucked. They're not going to go away quietly. I see this person, digging into the depths of whatever this dark energy is and really trying to anchor you, okay? So that's an anchor, guys, right? If you anchor a boat, can it move? No. So you are on the path of movement. You're maturing. You're evolving. You are outgrowing a number of people in your life. For some of you, you're meant to have a block party is what I'm hearing. You got to block motherfuckers. Okay. You got to cut people off without question. You're getting ready to go through a time of purging. It looks like purging people. But this person in particular, they have already anchored themselves to you. And because now you're trying to move this ship, you're trying to move on. You're trying to level up. You're trying to move on without them, or you no longer see the benefit of having them, or you do now see clearly, right? Or you will see that they're holding you back, that they are in fact an anchor themselves, that you can't move without them. They're not holding you down. They're holding you back, right? They're slowing you the fuck down. Okay. I'm hearing something very specific, a very specific storyline. This is not for all of you, but for some of you, there was a period of separation. This could be like an on and off connection. You noticed during the time that the two of you were separated, shit was thriving. You were moving, you were growing, you were getting money, you had energy, you had happiness, you had peace, right? Like shit was better. You still loved them though, so you went back, right? You accepted them back if they would change. Did they change? Fuck no. And you also saw the shift in your ability to move. You saw yourself slowing down. You saw those opportunities drying up. You may have saw your money dwindling. You may have been, having some residual effects of this dark shit going, and you couldn't understand why. They're telling you why now. That's what I'm hearing. You couldn't understand why, okay? An abundance of wealth, okay? Meaning you had energy. Your resources were up like a motherfucker. What you didn't realize is because you were attached to this person, that is why shit slowed down. That's why it then flipped into the reverse. But you're getting some kind of enlightenment. And this person knows as well, okay? They do know. This is a very deep reading, you guys. I didn't see it going this way, I have to be honest. I did not see it going like this. Okay. Let's see here. Not easily accepted. So you're going through a period in time now where you're also growing boundaries is what I'm hearing, or you need to be growing boundaries. Okay. You can't just accept everybody. You're going to have to be really choosy about who you allow in your hemisphere, who you allow in your energy, because you're either realizing now or you will that energy is also currency. Everything must be in alignment. So when you allow people who are operating in dark energy or low vibrational energy around you, it will therefore also affect you, your money, your time, your energy, your efforts, your opportunities, right? They all coincide because of who you allowed in your energetic sphere. Yeah. So you're going to be becoming more choosy about who you allow around you, or you need to be. There needs to be some boundaries, very firm boundaries set in cement. That doesn't mean that you have to cut everybody off. Some people definitely need to be cut clean, bitch. Don't ever talk to them again. And I feel like your intuition is going to let you know who that is, who those people are. I have to be honest. I think this energy right here, especially if this is a romantic partnership, this person is jealous of you, okay? Even though they sleep with you, even though they're near you, even though they smile in your face, right? Even though they are nice to you at times, if you comply with what they want, they have, there's some kind of animosity internally within this person in terms of you. And even if you have not evolved to the point where I think you're going, for the majority of you, I don't think you have. This person can feel energetically where you're going, okay? It's problematic for them. They already know that you're going to leave them in the dust, which is why they feel like they need to anchor themselves to you. Whatever this is, it's a trap. This is to get you attached to them. So you need to be very careful when dealing with this person. This could look like popping a hole in the condom if the two of you are sexually involved, right? To get you pregnant or to get themselves pregnant. Okay, this could look like if they are the type that is, you know, laying it low, spreading it wide, you know, passing on some kind of STD, right? Like it's deep here, right? This could look like sweet talking you, love bombing you into something in contract, something in ink, right? We're married now, bitch. You can't just leave me when you feel like it, right? Let's go get a house together, you know, combining assets, shit like that. Something to tie you to them for an extended amount of time to where it will not be easy for you to get away. And for some of you, they feel like if they do this thing, whatever this anchor is, for some of you, their energy is so dark that they feel like they will steal all hopes of you having freedom. Like you will not be free of them. You will be tied to them forever, bitch. Be careful. So we have fatal event. I'm sorry for what I've done. There's not a whole lot I can say. I read that as some kind of sign of the future, okay? Of a sign of the future, right? I didn't know that I had contracted whatever this STD is, right? I didn't know that the condom broke. I didn't know I didn't take my birth control. I didn't know, right? Like, I didn't know. Lies. They've known all along. And I feel like, especially for those of you who are just starting this evolvement, right? If you're just starting to wake up a little bit, if you're just starting to set your boundaries firmer, if you're just starting to choose yourself, remember that analogy about selfishness? If you are now in the headspace like, how the fuck am I going to give if my cup is empty, bitch? I have to be selfish sometime. I am going to choose myself. I'm going to take the day off. I'm going to say no. I'm not going to say yes when I really mean no, bitch. Fuck you, right? Like, I got to choose me sometime. I see my bank depleting. I see the difference when I'm choosing myself versus when I'm choosing everybody the fuck else. And then there's also somebody here specifically where a specific situation is going to happen where you've always helped a certain person. And then when it's time for them to help you, bitch, they're nowhere to be found. Ghost. There ain't nobody there. That's going to give you major perspective on selfishness because those people, they do come around when they need help. Yeah, they do. And you're always there to help them. Yeah, you are. But then when it's time to reciprocate, nobody. There's nobody. So you got to think about you first, right? Selfishness is not negative. It's not. And it doesn't mean that you have to be selfish to the detriment, right, of your energetic source. That means, what that means, okay, they're saying what that means is there needs to be an equilibrium here, guys. There's got to be a balance. You got to have both. Positive and negative. Some people will view you being selfish as negative. Does that matter? No. No. I'm telling you to be careful. Okay? You're going to need to protect yourself. There's this idea that for some of you, you might have the notion, you need to listen to your intuition, have discernment. You might have the idea that, okay, well, you know, our sex life is good. Like, I'm still in the process of moving away from this, right? Making the necessary changes on the back end. But we're adults. We can have fun. You need to be careful with that one. This person can feel you energetically. Even if you feel like you're being quiet, even if you feel like your changes are subtle, they're very loud to this person because of all that they were getting. They're feeling energetically their bank depleting, right? Because you're not filling it up anymore. So we have new perspective. I'm seeing us with new eyes. It's all clear now, right? So I feel like this perspective is coming from your end, and this person is also going to get some kind of revelation about the perspective of how things are getting ready to start going. They're not going to be very happy about that, you guys, is what I'm hearing. Okay, we have inner conflict. Yeah, so there's a lot of chaotic energy on this person's, and I already said that, but I feel like it's only going to ramp up over time as their bank depletes. Okay, as they get down to zero, as you stop leaning into their arguments, you stop letting them trigger you, you stop arguing back, you stop answering, you stop being available, you stop being around, you stop talking, right? Like, shit is getting ready. It's coming to like a screeching halt, slowly stopping over time. I feel like that is when the inner conflict really It's ramping up. It's like a screaming siren. My world is chaotic right now. Can't seem to think straight. Yeah, I just said it, right? A screaming siren, like a screeching siren, a howling siren. They can't hear anything else. You've really stolen the show here. Even though you may feel like you're moving quietly, it's not. And this is why they're sending, this is a bit of a warning shot, right? About this anchor that's coming in. Okay, see, unsatisfied. I wasn't happy the way things were going, right? That's you, but this person this is now changing, is shifting, okay? These changes are really going to not only fracture this person's ego, but it's making them question themselves completely, right? They don't have the ability to really navigate what's happening because of the way that you're doing this, right? You're not being loud about it. You're not even really asking for closure. You're not asking for their permission. You're just doing you, and this is problematic for this person. I feel like maybe for some of you, you would have always involved this person, but that has changed, right? You may have always let this person know when you were getting tired, when you were getting ready to move forward, when you were getting sick and fucking tired. That has changed, right? You may have always consistently stayed in communication with this person. That has changed. You may have always let them know your future plans, what it is that you desire, what it is that you want, what your goals are now, right? If they change, that has changed, right? So many different changes, they can't quite keep up. It is a total mindfuck for this person, and they are looking at this like the only thing that they can really do, right, to get a hold over this, to gain control back over their mental space and this situation, is stop your motherfucking bag, right? Stop your luck in its tracks. You think that you're getting ready to come up because you're no longer with me, which is true. That's how I'm seeing this, guys. I'm seeing when this person is not in your life, things start to move. Things start to thrive. You start to grow. You start to gain opportunities. Your money is up. Your energy is up. You know what I'm saying? Your happiness, your peace, all of that stuff kind of elevates. The levels elevate automatically. Either they've gotten a download that is what is happening. Okay, or you may say that. You may say it to them, right? Like it seems that when I'm not with you, my life is going better. Like shit is just better, right? So maybe that's a sign. And it could be that you're just talking to yourself. You're like thinking out loud, but they hear you loud and clearly. And they're like, oh yeah, that's what you think? Okay, great. I got something for you. Anchor, bitch. You're anchored to me. All right, let's hop over to the extended, okay? We're going to definitely dig in over there. Definitely need to see what the karmic lessons are heading this person's way. What karma are they dealing with? What karma will they be dealing with? What karma do they need to deal with in order for them to also evolve? Even though I don't see the majority of you going towards this person, again, I don't see this person walking away easily either, right? I see them trying to attach themselves to your energy field for as long as possible, right? So that is something that you need to be aware of as well. I want to know what their purest feelings and intentions are now. Okay, this could all have been in the past. We will see if their intentions about coming towards you have changed at all. Okay, just so that you know. I also want to know what their specific next steps are going to be so that you can protect yourself. You can be prepared. You can understand what tactic they're going to try and use to anchor themselves to you, to get you attached to them. I feel like that is the plan, guys. I have to be very honest. I wouldn't trust this person. Okay, I wouldn't really be near them. Okay, I wouldn't touch this person with a 10-foot pole, but it looks like they're the ones coming towards you, and very persistently, very consistently. I also want to know what the potential outcome is. There's no judgment, right? I see the cards very clearly, but there is no judgment. We will look to see if this person is transformed, and we will also look to see what the best possible outcome is of the old thing, okay? If you decide, should you decide to re-engage this person, what are you setting yourself up for? Good or bad? We will look, okay? We will see what you get out of this. If you do decide to deal with this person, again, is this worth your time looking at? If this person has transformed, is it worth it at the very least to accept their apology and move on, right? Is it worth looking at this again to see if maybe the two of you can work something out? I will look at all of that, right? There's no judgment. And we will see what you would be setting yourself up for if you were to deal with this person again. And for some of you, if you were to even have another conversation with this person, because it's just that deep for some of you, we'll then get into the new. Okay, let's see who's coming in. Let's see what's coming in. What opportunities you have to look forward to. This is somebody who is trying to cock block. They're trying to block your blessings. They can see it possibly way prior to you. For some of you, you may have a twin flame. This might be a twin flame, but not necessarily. You may have a twin flame or a soulmate coming in with this 11 card here. I want to see what new opportunities financially and romantically are coming in, which you have to look forward to in this new cycle, in this next cycle. Let's also see what you need to do in order to restore your faith, your optimism in people, in humanity, in love in general, to even be open to what is trying to come towards you, again, both financially and romantically. We'll see what the potential outcome is of the new thing, why they're single, if they're worth your time as well, and how you may potentially meet this new person, okay? What's the chemistry like in and out of the bedroom, okay? Because I'm nosy. All right. And then we will also see what financial gains you have in store once releasing this older energy that has been, in fact, blocking your bag. I just see that, guys. Okay. So we look at both romantic and finances, and we'll get the potential outcome of both of those things. We'll get some advice. And I'm going to throw in a little Ask the Universe reading as well. Okay. I'll give you the floor to ask question of your own. But I'll have some more instructions for those over in the extended. Okay. So without further ado, click the like button as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell. And I'm going to put the link for the extended reading down below in the description box. See y'all over there. Let's go.